You know when you walk into a big sports bar and you see four games perfectly arranged on one giant screen, or one massive image spread across a whole wall of TVs?
Yeah, it looks like some kind of visual magic, but it's not.
Not at all. And today on our deep dive, we're looking at the box that actually does all that work. We got the specs from HDTV Supply for the Kramer VSM-4X4X. And honestly, calling it a switcher just feels inadequate.
Oh, completely. I mean, if you just need to plug your laptop into a TV, this is massive overkill. But for a professional setup, this is your command center.
So our mission today is to unpack how one piece of hardware can be a matrix switcher, a video wall driver, and a multiviewer all at the same time.
It's that identity crisis, right? It's basically three separate devices crammed into one chassis. So let's start with the most basic one, the matrix switcher.
Okay, so 4x4, four inputs, four outputs.
Exactly. You've got, say, a computer, a camera, maybe a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
And you can send any of those four sources to any of the four screens. Total control, one-to-one.
That's pretty standard for high-end AV, though. The real fun starts when you switch modes, right?
Yeah.
To video wall.
Yes. This is where the serious processing power comes in. You take one single high-res source,
Like a 4K movie.
right, a 4K source, and the box intelligently slices it up and scales it across a 2x2 grid of TVs. So it looks like one giant coherent picture.
The third mode is basically the exact opposite of that.
You got it. The multiviewer. Instead of one picture on four screens, it's four pictures on one screen.
Like the classic security camera setup. Quad view.
That's the one. But it's more flexible. It can do picture-in-picture, side-by-side, all those different layouts.
Something in the specs that really jumped out was seamless switching. Is that just, marketing speak?
No, that's hugely important, especially in a live setting. Cheaper switchers, when you change the input, you get that awful blue or black screen for a second.
HDMI handshake? Yeah, I hate that. Kills the professional vibe instantly.
This unit avoids that entirely. It calls them zero-time video cuts. The switch is literally instant. Or, if you want something a bit more stylish, you can set it to do a fade-through black. Very smooth.
To do that, the image processing has to be top-notch. I see Kramer's PixPerfect technology mentioned here.
That's their special sauce. It's a proprietary scaling engine. It's all about precision pixel mapping, and crucially, it handles 4K at 60 Hz with 4.4.4 chroma.
Okay, for those of us who aren't video engineers, why is 4.4.4 a big deal?
It means zero color compression. If you're watching a movie, you might not notice the difference. But if you're trying to display, say, a detailed spreadsheet or computer text, 4.4.4 is what keeps that text perfectly crisp and readable. Anything less, and it gets blurry.
I also saw this feature, bezel correction. Now, that sounds like you'd need a screwdriver, but it's software, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Think about it. Every TV has that plastic frame, the bezel. If you just split an image into four, those frames would break up any straight lines. It would look wrong.
Like a badly assembled puzzle.
Exactly. So bezel correction uses math to remove the pixels that would theoretically be hidden behind the plastic frame.
So your brain just fills in the gap, and the image looks perfectly continuous. That's clever.
It's a tiny detail that makes all the difference.
Let's talk inputs. I mean, real-world video sources are never perfect. One camera might be too bright, another looks washed out.
And that's why the built-in ProCamp is so important. It lets you tweak the color, contrast, sharpness, all that stuff for each input individually. You can match all your sources so they look like they were shot on the same camera.
Okay, what about sound? If I've got four football games on one screen, I don't want to hear four commentators at once. That's just chaos.
Total chaos. No, it handles that. It can de-embed the audio. So you can show video from all four inputs, but tell the box to send the audio from, just input 2 to your main sound system.
And controlling this thing, it's not just a little remote, I assume.
You can use buttons on the front, but in any serious install, you're using Ethernet or an RS-232 port to have a computer or an automation system run it.
Which brings us to the price. This is not cheap.
It's definitely pro-tier gear. The MSRP is up there, almost $6,000. But the site, HDTV Supply, has it listed for $4,784.
And I saw in the notes there's even a discount code mentioned, 10% off.
Right, which helps. But you have to remember, this one box is replacing a separate matrix, a video wall processor, and a multiviewer, so the value is actually pretty strong.
The reviews were interesting, too. They didn't just talk about the tech, they kept mentioning the customer support.
Yeah, a few people specifically named Rachel Christian, the VP of Operations. I think it shows that when you're buying a complex piece of kit like this, the human element, making sure it ships right, that you have support, is a huge part of the deal.
So, final thoughts. The Kramer VSM-4X4X.
It's the engine room. It's that invisible piece of infrastructure doing all the heavy lifting, all the math, so that we can just stare at this giant, perfect video wall and never even think about how it works.
So next time you see one of those, take a second. Look closer. I wonder if a box just like this one is running the whole show. Thanks for deep diving with us.